Much like the men's division, a number of former national team and Olympic team members are scattered throughout the event. Starting at bout number 1 as the returning back-to-back champions Endeavor Racing Alliance. They're all former U.S. national team lightweight scullers. Last year, they were 0.2 of a second off of setting a new course record. Bout number 2 for Atlanta, they've got a few all-stars. Bout number 13 is a crew of former U.S. lightweight sweep rowers. They made an impressive nine-spot jump. Maybe a crew to watch is bout number 22, Toronto Scullers. They carry multiple past Heather Charles winners, as well as multiple golds in this year, 2024's competition season. And then another, out of the 31 competitors, bout number 29 is another one to watch. Marlow, they have many Great Britain national team and Olympic medal winners. And we have our first crews approaching us now. Out in front, bout number 1. So, of course, this is Endeavor Racing Alliance. They won this event last year and the year previously. Driven by Kristen Kitt of Team Canada. They won gold in Tokyo, silver in Paris. Great coxswain to have here steering you on the Charles. And we have a little bit of back and forth competition. Looks like bow number 3, Texas Rowing Center, is trying to overtake Atlanta, or at least they were trying to on the long arcing turn. But Atlanta has the better angle going into Elliott Bridge.
All right, and in the 70 plus 8, in first place right now is Upper Yarra from Australia, followed by Quinton from the UK, followed by Team Adager. And just to give you a little bit of an insight on everybody knows everybody, in the Upper Yarra boat are a couple of guys that race World Masters for most of the last 20 years with guys that are in the Adager boat. But in the bow pair of the Upper Yarra boat are none other than Dick Cashin and Sean Colgan, formerly of the 1980 Rowing Club, longtime U.S. national team alumni and national team supporters.
And right in front of us right now in the red hats, that is Sarasota County. Sarasota County Rowing Club, Masters only club out of Osprey, Florida.
So when I say everybody knows everybody, and Sean's living down in New Zealand now, so he's living in New Zealand, rowing for an Australia club, bringing his friend Dick Cashin into the boat, and they just went out and picked up another first place at the head of the Charles.
Hey, if you're fast, you're fast. Doesn't matter where, when, how old.
And there are actually a couple of rules at the head of the Charles that have Sean Colgan's DNA in them. So if you're really competitive at this race, it actually tends to show up in like this happened.
On the Cambridge side of the river, we have Sammamish Rowing, bow number 8, who's overtaken 3 crews, and they're currently overtaking bow number 5, DeWolf. So that's BU, former BU rowers, or in the spirit of BU rowing. And then we have bow number 7, BMA, more Cornell alumni, in the red hull out in front.
Yep.
And side by side,
white with the red blade tips,
we have bow number 6, East Bay, joining us from Oakland on the Cambridge side, and Philo from New Jersey joining us. Looks like they are trying to overtake East Bay and maneuver themselves to potentially try to overtake BMA on the final turn. And approaching us now in all black, that is the Radcliffe alumni, neighbors from downriver. So what were some of these rules that have his DNA all over them?
Well, I won't speak to Sean's, but I've got a couple of them, and one of mine is the no restart rule. because we were in a director's quad race and our steering cable froze, and we got through the BU bridge, and we said, the heck with this. That was awful because we missed like 4 buoys before the bridge.
Yeah. And
so we went around and we restarted, and we're going through the line, and the announcer says, bow number 8, you can build. Bow number 8, you've already gone. So yes. I've got the no restart rule. The other one was if you row onto the course after the race, it's now a minimal penalty if you don't interfere, where one of the races I was in, the guy that was in front of me that did it got tagged with a 1-minute penalty.
Oh.
So sometimes,
that is a harsh penalty.
Yeah. So, but I had up close. Oh, and the other one was, what's the penalty on the first buoy you miss? Because I've been involved in a few where that buoy has just popped up on the wrong side of your hull as you're rowing over it.
Yeah, if you're trying to cut the line close, sometimes those buoys aren't exactly where you thought they were.
It's where it's supposed to be, and then it's not.
So that was Litchfield Hills that just went through the bridge. And in front of CBC right now, Old Glory, former national team and Boston Rowing Center lightweights. And we have a crew that lost their bow number. I can't quite tell who that is directly in front of us. I think that's Genesee based off their blades.
Yeah, with their blades. It's from Rochester, New York.
15 is behind them. So losing your bow number means it was either not affixed properly or there may have been a little bit of contact further up the river.
That's why you have blade colors. From Ann Arbor, bow 15.
And then North Suburban right behind them from Skokie, Illinois. They're from Chicago's North Shore. They've been promoting women's rowing since 2017. And they've had quite a bit of success at Masters Nationals this year and last year.
The thing about the head of the Charles is every single rule in the rule book has a story behind it.
Oh, of course. And bow number 22.
That's bow number
big
22
jump for
is
us.
Toronto sculling.
Yep. And then 16. So Toronto sculling, that's a sizable jump.
Bow 16, Trinity College. How could you forget them?
Oh, how could I forget Trinity College? I missed them. So that's the women's program, right around when the women's program got started. That roster can't be right. And bow number 19 is approaching the bridge right now. That's Swan Creek Rowing Club. And in the blue hull, Blood Street Sculls out of Connecticut. Followed by Annapolis Rowing Club. Those are team members who have been rowing together for 15 years, rowing with the pink hats and blue tops.
As 50 plus 8s tend to do.
Yes, once you have a lineup that works and everybody's schedule can accommodate it, you don't really shuffle things up too much.
But it's good in terms of, it's good peer motivation to stay in shape. Okay, here we go.
And
this is an Elliott Bridge, what you've been waiting for up on the bridge. 5/8s coming at you at the same time.
And just one more, we had a New Zealand crew, West End, just passed through the bridge.
Yeah,
but
they came with a big crowd this year.
All right, so we're going to be going rapid fire here.
All right, who's out in front? 26. Okay, out in front is Marin. Cambridge side 24. So Marin passed them. And then 29 on the Boston side, GB Marlowe. So Marin and Marlowe moving up aggressively. Followed by 27 St. Catharines. Followed by 20 Greater Lawrence.
Now, that is a perfect example of very experienced coxswains.
4 serious clubs with very experienced coxswains and rowers, and less so in the 8s than in the small boats, but you can use the rowers to steer the boat. And when you get into that kind of stuff, where you might also have to be pulling the oar in a few feet to avoid a clash, this is one where some of the steering you just saw there is literally world class.
Oh, absolutely. Those coxswains are all very, very successful.
These are seasoned, watermen. I mean, in
and
the most complimentary way of saying that. They know how to handle boats.
For this turn, you can often do staggered push push moments or power moments, so that you do, say, starboard bow pair or starboard bow end starboards are just rowing harder than the rest of the crew, so you can make it around the turn more efficiently.
Yeah, so say you're doing double workouts as a national team, practicing that kind of stuff, you got more time on the water. Composite crew that gets together to practice maybe yesterday,
Not so much.
maybe the day before.
We have some Huskies, Northeastern University, in front of CBC right
now.
Go
NU.
I heard some barking coming from downstairs.
Is this 31? Yep, so about 31, Lake Union from Seattle. Made the commitment to be here back in the spring, so 6 months of training.
28.
28.
Yep, and then we have bow number 28. This is another Golden Bears.
Generally, but not exclusively, Cal alums. From Saratoga Springs, with
black and white
with
stripes,
the white and blue chevron blade pattern,
and to their hull as well. Looks like the deck of
they are striped out.
Hull's striped. Reminds me of those old World War II camouflage ships. 21. I thought we already saw 21. Well, this is 21. So this is bow number 21, Recovery on Water. Rowing team out of Chicago that caters to breast cancer survivors and serves over 80 women in the greater Chicago area. They're in Boston to participate in the Survivor Rowing Network exhibition. So again, that is an exhibition race we are doing this afternoon. It's between event number 42 and 43. That is highlighting all of our Survivor Network crews here at the Charles. It's bow number 1.
Bow number 1.
Yep. And this is bow number 1, so this is Women's Grandmaster 8's Event 18, Endeavor Rowing Alliance.
And Endeavor is a crew put together by Leslie Wright. It's another one of those ones that has high expectations of anybody that wants to race with them.
Also
course
set the
record
course
holders
record
last year, just under 17:56.
It's also worth noting this event, the top 3 finishers would have all been course record
They all
setters.
broke all the medals last year broke the prior course record.
Upper Thames. And then Marin. And entering the bridge right now is Upper Thames, and followed by Marin. So these are the placers from first, second, third in 2023.
Yeah, and last year the wind was east, like 9, which makes it a bit challenging down in the first 200 meters because it comes up the basin. But then you got a tailwind for the next 600 meters, and you've got a tailwind all the way from Weeks up until the entry of the CBC turn, and you got a tailwind in the last 400 or 500 meters.
It was also a bit warmer last year. It was about 10 degrees warmer at the start time. Right in front of us is Lucky Charms. They also always have a distinctive uniform. They wear alternating colors of the rainbow, much like Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms used to have the course record. They set the course record in 22. But Endeavor, Upper Thames, and Marin all placed under 18 or close to under 18 in 2023.
Actually, it's pretty close to last year's temperature. Right now, we're coming up on, cruising into the high 50s. So, and again, we're gonna top
Chinook
out,
crew right now.
Top out at 70 today. It's a t-shirt weather.
Oh yes, I brought a change of clothes for this afternoon.
And we've got, let's see.
This is Conabear, women's master team from Seattle, established in 1984. Oh, sounds like we got some fans up on the bridge.
In the 50 plus 8s, unofficially First place, Marlowe, time of 17:22.3. How does that compare?
So 7:22.3
half
is
a second off the course record. First course record of the day.
Yeah, that's a new course record.
Yep.
Assuming that holds for
it's unofficial.
Unofficial.
Repeat, unofficial.
That is assuming that holds. That will be a new course record by half a second.
And then second was Toronto Sculling,
which Marlowe was one of the crews we told you to watch out for because they're just chock full of great British Olympic.
GB ringers.
Yes.
And we say that in the most complimentary way possible.
Yes. Catherine Granger.
Yeah. Just a few.
The most awarded
knighted
medalist in the history of England.
Knighted athletes. Yeah.
Bout number 7 is approaching us now. That's Three Rivers out of Pittsburgh. But yes, one of the athletes in that Marlowe crew is the, I believe, single most awarded athlete in British history.
Yes.
Of any sport.
Yes.
In any time period.
Including Redgrave.
Yes.
Yes. And so Marlowe, Toronto, and then Texas in third, followed by St. Cat's in fourth, and Endeavour in fifth, Marin in sixth. I mean, these are not casual races.
No, these are the best of the best for this age group. Approaching us now in the blue tops. That is 1980. Again, another Olympic team and friends, all alumni of the 1980 Olympic crew. And then Upper Valley Rowing in the white hats with the black hull. Connecticut River out of Hanover, New Hampshire.
First 3 places in the 60-plus women's 8 in first. Marin, 1807. I don't know how that compares.
So that is close. Endeavour last year got it under 18.
Okay. And then
so we're in spitting distance.
Second place is Endeavour, 1813, and then Upper Thames.
Oh, and we got 2 side-by-side crews approaching us now. Looks like that's Texas Rowing on the Cambridge side, bow number 13. On the Boston side, bow number 17. RCA alumni.
Yep. Canadian
jump there.
national team. So we'll look and see how they do.
Looks like Texas took it a little wide.
Half mile to go for them.
But that's a great line for RCA alumni. And behind them is another Chinook crew. I can't tell if those are Texas fans or Canada fans up on the bridge.
They bring it.
We probably have an equal number of both here this weekend.
They bring it. You don't get this on Friday morning.
No, you don't. Well, many people are still at work. You're going to get some of the casual fans showing up today.
The Masters Sculler had their fans.
Oh, we have a large pack coming around the corner now.
There's cowbell up there right now.
Just wait till the youth events get started.
Yeah. Yeah, for anybody that is listening in the Boston area and wants to come down and really catch the energy, the Youth 8s races and the Youth 4s races, they are just incredible. The crowd on the bridge will be 3 deep.
It's so loud. They actually have to close off most of the traffic lanes because of how deep the traffic. So this is a Northampton crew in front of us in yellow and black. That is Northampton, Massachusetts.
Yep.
Beautiful town, especially this time of year if you catch the foliage.
And in the pink hull.
This is Saugatuck. Normally they wear black unis, black blades, and have a very intimidating black hull.
Yeah, so
but they changed up this year.
And this eight is another example of people that learn to row as adults.
Oh, and we have 3 across out in front. Bow number 21. That's East Bay. And then, blades on blades, we have a little bit of contact. Is out in front, Avalon, and Intrepid Rowing
from Iowa City.
Looks like they're
having a head of the Charles experience.
Yes. Everybody has it at least once where your blades strike each other. And
in 19 with the aforementioned blue and white chevron, Saratoga from Saratoga Springs.
And then Chargers from Liverpool, New York.
Yep. Green on top
Coming
of
up
white.
solo here. The noise from the youth events is always tremendous because not only do they have the family, the friends, the teammates, everyone cheering them on from the bridge, but there's also 90 competitors in each event. So you just have so many people here to support those kids, and it's fantastic. There's
family. It's family and
the
school,
energy
and
is
school,
incredible.
Schoolmates.
Of course. What the hell is that monster? We're in the middle of a race. And we have two side-by-side crews. Out in front is Rio Salado from Arizona, and they've overtaken Cape Cod Rowing out of Cape Cod here in Massachusetts. They're lake rowers, so this is a slightly different experience for them, I'm sure. And if that is all our crews, that is the end of that event. The next event is bout number 19, the 9:56 start time, men's